Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of I Like Trains. Today we're here with something a little bit different, and we are actually here with the Fowler B6 Road Locomotive Atlas from Corgi Diecast. It's one of their limited edition ranges, and it's celebrating the golden age of steam vintage glory editions. It's 1 in 50 scale. I've wanted this for quite a long time. I saw it at quite a cheap price when we went to actually visit the Crampton Town Museum a little while ago, so I picked it up. It does seem to be brand new, and if not, it's in very, very good condition. I haven't had it out yet. I've only literally looked at it inside the box, so obviously we'll get it out, we'll look at the finer details of the model, and obviously we'll just go for a bit of history. So other than that, I hope you enjoy the video. So yeah, there is B6 Road Locomotive Atlas there in front of everyone. So I think what we need to do is just not mess around at all. I need to get this unboxed. I've been dying to get this one out and obviously see the finer detail of this model. Like I say, I've only seen it through the plastic sleeving. But it's a very nice presented box, isn't it? As you can see here, like I say, the authentic die-cast scale replica for the discerning collector. And I actually generally feel this is going to be one of those models that you're just going to be like, wow. It's a 1 in 50 scale, like I said, and it's limited edition for the Vintage Glory Collection, numbered 80104. I'll show you the side very quickly as well, but there's not really much to see there. Obviously the Corgi logo and the Vintage Steam logo again. And again the same here. And there's obviously just a bit of jargon on the box. It was actually produced in 1999 in Great Britain, Corgi. As a British company anyway. So yeah, what I think we need to do is get the sleeve out and let's take a look. Hopefully it's not going to fall out. And there it is. Do we get anything inside it? Yep, so we do actually have a little bit of, yeah, we've got a little bit of a carded sleeve there for it. Not really much on the back. It does give you a bit of information about Atlas, so that's quite nice. A little collector's card, and it's numbered 0558. 558 is the number that I've got, so it's quite nice. And actually, quite interestingly as well, I don't know if it's picking it up very well, the camera, but there's actually a tiny little accessory pack we got with this, so that's interesting. We'll have to find out what that goes for. So let me turn this around very quickly, and again as well, it just gives you a bit of information about the actual road locomotive itself, and I even have 2 Corgi points there. I'm pretty sure they're probably out of date now, but it's a nice little collector's item still. So we'll put that aside, and there we go. So originally this was priced up at $29.99. I actually picked it up for £18, and I actually think I got quite a good bargain there. So I think, considering realistically, I've seen them for between £20 and £30 online, maybe even a little bit higher than that. I'm really not too sure what the original RRP was, but I think it was quite a good price for the model that we're getting. So let's get this flipped upside down, and I think we'll be very careful about doing this. It should be pretty straightforward in getting this beast out. And there we go. Put that to one side. And there it is in all its glory. So let's get this out gently. Plop it down. Being very delicate with this, more than I do with the trains actually. And there it is. I mean, the colours straight away pop for me. I mean, look at that. Wow. The colour on this thing is unreal. The different colour patterns. You've got the green, the red, the orange, the black. It's just all popping. The yellow writing there on the top of the cab. So what I think I need to do is obviously put this down. And I think we need to obviously go in for a closer look at this model. So yeah, there is Atlas up close and personal for everyone, and like I said a minute ago, just wow, this model just pops. This really, really does it for me. The detail, the coloration, just everything about it. I think what I want to first point out is obviously the steering, the front steering wheels and the rear wheels. I mean, look at the colour and the level of detail on these wheels alone. I just think that looks incredible. Canopy's done to quite a nice finish, a nice grey sort of sheen there. I think it's quite nice, and obviously you've got the font there, Norman E Box Ltd, Manchester and Birmingham. I think Atlas is quite nicely done. on the nameplate on the side there, and obviously the smoke box and the chimney look quite nice as well from what you can see, but obviously I will turn that round and give everyone a closer look in a little while. You've got the safety valve and the cylinder here as well, which I actually think looks quite nice again as well. And I just think in general, just wow, there is a lot of detail here from what I'm seeing, and like I say, I just think the finish is just such nicely done in terms of this locomotive. Just, yeah, I mean, even to the point, if you can see down here, you've got the steering chain down here as well, which is separately fitted, as you can see. Obviously it's moving around there. Wow. What I'll do is I'll turn it round to the front. So yeah, there is Atlas from the front, and like I say, you've still got the nice font there again on the front on the smoke box, the Norman E Box Ltd, Birmingham and Manchester. I want to say that says, it might just be Manchester at the bottom there. Obviously you've got the smoke box start, which I think is quite nicely. It's not separately fitted from what I can gather, although no, it does seem to be moulded on there, but it's still a really nice feature. Obviously you've got its running number here, VM2110, which is quite nice. So I'll turn Atlas round to the other side. And there is Atlas from the other side. So like I say, the detail is just as impressive again, obviously with the font there on top of the canopy. And then also as well, it's just, there is a few separately fitted pieces here from what I can actually tell. So you've got the rear brake hand wheel here as well, from what I can see. You've got the flywheel, which, will it move? Don't know. No, that doesn't move, but you know, that would have been a nice little feature. Probably seeing throughout the cab, you can see there you've got the steering wheel, and like I say as well, obviously you've got the chain here as well, which I actually think is such a nice feature to actually have the chain separately fitted there at the bottom. The steering chains is really, really nice. Overall, I'm quite blown away by the level of detail of this model. So what I think we need to do again is obviously we're going for a little bit of history in terms of how Atlas came to be. John Fowler and Co of Leeds are one of the most famous steam builders, supplying vehicles to all parts of the world, the majority of which were built between 1900 and 1914. The company excelled at heavy haulage, with many famous firms such as Pickford's and Norman E Box running large fleets. Road rollers were produced in considerable numbers, but the company is probably best remembered for its superb Fowler B6 Superline Showman's locomotives, of which only 4 were ever built. Now, B6 is referring to obviously the boiler design, i.e. it essentially means it's got a large firebox to accommodate low grade coal, which obviously means they can actually go for quite long distances without obviously having to go, and they can obviously work with the coal that they're produced. So yeah, and like I say, Atlas, she's got quite a bit of an interesting history, to be fair. So she was actually built in 1928 and registered VM2110. She was one of the last road engines to actually enter service with Norman E Box, as I just referenced, before the company was actually sold to Pickford's. Now, Norman E Box of Manchester and Birmingham, as it says on the vehicle, as you can quite rightly see there, worked Atlas on heavy haulage such as transformers, ship propellers and other heavy loads out of Manchester until 1948. Now, she's decorated in a rich brown with grey roof, as you can see again, which is also painted on the underside in cream. And of course, obviously, in real life, she's got soft green wheels, which has been given sort of a mottled texture here on the model outside to show their sort of natural weathering. And yeah, I just think she's such a stunning locomotive. Now, from what I understand as well, is that she was actually restored and had works carried out by Fred Dibnah and his team, and she can actually now be seen at rallies throughout the county, and is now owned by James Hervey Bathurst and kept at Eastnor Castle. So I would really like to see this locomotive one day, I have to admit, especially if she's still going around in this livery, and I'm so glad she has survived up until modern day. It's what it's all about, preserving obviously the heritage and what we love. But yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this little video, just of a little unboxing of the Corgi Atlas B6 road locomotive. If you have, please consider maybe giving us a like, comment down below if you own the model and what you think of it, which one you think I should maybe purchase next, and delve into this. I know it might be a rabbit hole, and like I say, please consider subscribing because it is free. It will help me out going forward. Bigger the channel, more I can do on this. Other than that, really hope you've enjoyed it, guys. I'll see you in the next one.